Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, is widely regarded as one of the greatest leaders in American history. His unwavering commitment to justice and equality, as well as his personal integrity and kindness, continue to inspire people around the world today. In this video, we'll take a closer look at Lincoln's life, his legacy, and the impact he had on the United States. So sit back, relax, and join us on this journey through the life and times of Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln's early life was marked by tragedy and hardship. Lincoln was born on February 12, 1809, in a log cabin near Hodgenville, Kentucky. His parents were Thomas Lincoln and Nancy Hanks Lincoln. They were farmers who struggled to make a living in the harsh wilderness. His family was poor, and they had to move to Indiana when Abraham was only 7 years old. His mother died when he was 9 years old, leaving him devastated. He had a strained relationship with his father, who remarried a year after his mother's death. Lincoln was mostly self-educated, as he had to work hard on his family's farm. He loved to read and would often borrow books from his neighbors. As a young adult, Lincoln moved to Illinois, where he worked as a clerk and a storekeeper. He taught himself law and became a lawyer in 1836. He moved to Springfield, Illinois in 1837 and quickly became involved in politics. He was a successful lawyer and a respected member of the community. He was elected to the Illinois House of Representatives in 1834 and served until 1842. He later served in the U.S. House of Representatives from 1847 to 1849. In 1858, Lincoln ran for the U.S. Senate against Stephen A. Douglas, a prominent politician at the time. The debates between Lincoln and Douglas became famous for their discussions on slavery and states' rights. Although Lincoln lost the Senate race, these debates helped establish him as a leading figure in the Republican Party. In 1860, Lincoln ran for the presidency of the United States. His campaign platform focused on preserving the Union and ending slavery. Despite not winning a single Southern state, Lincoln won the election with a majority of the electoral votes. As president, Lincoln faced one of the greatest challenges in American history, the Civil War. The conflict between the Union and Confederacy lasted from 1861 to 1865 and resulted in the deaths of over 600,000 Americans. Lincoln's leadership through one of the most challenging periods in the country's history was crucial in preserving the Union and ending slavery. Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation, issued in 1863, declared that all slaves in Confederate-controlled territories were to be freed. Although this did not immediately end slavery throughout the country, it was a significant step in the right direction. He also delivered the Gettysburg Address, a speech that is widely regarded as one of the greatest in American history. Lincoln's unwavering commitment to the cause of freedom and his steadfast leadership during the Civil War cemented his place as one of the greatest presidents in U.S. history. In 1864, Lincoln was re-elected as president, showcasing the support he had gained for his efforts to preserve the Union and end slavery. The following year, the Union Army, led by General Ulysses S. Grant, defeated the Confederate Army, effectively ending the Civil War. Just like Abraham Lincoln's professional life, his personal life was marked with hardships. Despite his challenging upbringing, Lincoln had a love for reading and learning. He only had a few months of formal education, but taught himself the basics of math, science, and literature. He read every book he could get his hands on, from the Bible to Shakespeare. He was a gifted storyteller, and he loved to entertain his friends and family with his witticisms and jokes. He also had a strong sense of justice, fairness, and equality. His love for reading and his passion for justice helped shape his character and prepared him for the challenges he would face later in life. His experiences as a poor, self-educated young man would also inspire him to fight for the rights of the common people and to become one of the greatest presidents in American history. He was a vocal opponent of slavery and believed in the dignity and worth of all human beings. He was known for his empathy and compassion towards others, and his personal relationships were marked by kindness and generosity. He married Mary Todd in 1842, and they had 4 sons, only one of whom survived into adulthood. Despite his busy schedule as president, he would make time for his sons and would often be seen playing with his children in the White House. Overall, Lincoln's personal life was marked by struggle, perseverance, and a deep commitment to justice and equality. Sadly, Abraham Lincoln did not live to see the full fruits of his labor. On April 14, 1865, just days after the end of the Civil War, Lincoln was shot by John Wilkes Booth while attending a play at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. The assassin, John Wilkes Booth, was a Confederate sympathizer who had planned the attack with a group of co-conspirators. Lincoln was shot in the back of the head and died the next day, April 15th, at the age of 56. The assassination of Lincoln was a devastating blow to the country, which was still reeling from the end of the Civil War. The country was plunged into mourning, and thousands of people lined up to pay their respects as his body was taken on a funeral train from Washington, D.C. to Springfield, Illinois. His death also had significant political implications, as it meant that Vice President Andrew Johnson would assume the presidency. The legacy of Abraham Lincoln lives on today, more than 150 years after his death. He is remembered as one of the greatest presidents in American history, who led the country through one of its most trying times and who fought tirelessly for the values of justice and equality, even in the face of great adversity. Lincoln faced numerous challenges during his tenure, including the Civil War, which threatened to tear the country apart. His leadership during the Civil War and his efforts to end slavery helped shape the course of American history. His Emancipation Proclamation, which declared that all slaves in Confederate territory were free, was a landmark moment in the fight against slavery and helped to pave the way for the eventual passage of the 13th Amendment to the Constitution, which abolished slavery throughout the United States. Abraham Lincoln's legacy as a great leader and humanitarian continues to inspire people around the world today. Despite his tragic end, his contributions to American society continue to shape political discourse and inspire social change. His commitment to equality and justice, as well as his unwavering dedication to the principles of democracy, remain as relevant today as they did during his presidency. Today, Lincoln's face is immortalized on the penny and the $5 bill, and his words and actions continue to inspire people around the world. As we come to the end of this video, we hope that we have provided you with a comprehensive understanding of Abraham Lincoln's life, his legacy, and the impact he had on the United States. It's clear that the legacy of Abraham Lincoln lives on. His contributions to American society cannot be overstated, from his leadership during the Civil War to his unwavering commitment to equality and justice for all. But Lincoln's impact is not limited to his own time and place. Today, people around the world continue to be inspired by his example of integrity, compassion, and perseverance in the face of adversity. As we remember Abraham Lincoln, let us strive to embody these same qualities in our own lives and work towards a better future for all. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again soon.